Possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Welcome into a presentation of high school boys state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Boys state basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now calling all the action, here is Tristan Gomez.
The number 2 seeded Bellevue West Thunderbirds and the number 7 seeded Papillion La-Vista Monarchs. Both teams enter tonight with momentum. Bellevue West riding high and a strong season at 20-5, while Papillion La-Vista comes in at 18-8, looking to play spoiler. Good evening. I'm Tristan Gomez, and we're just about ready for some tournament basketball right here on 93.7 The Ticket. They have met at center court. We are just about to have the tip underway, and it is underway. Ball retained by the Thunderbirds. Braden Morrow gives it up to Bryce Johnson, leading scorer for the T-Birds. Johnson drives right to the right wing, gives it up to Parker. Parker hands it off to Morrow. Morrow has it on the right wing now. Back to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive. Stops at the top of the key, drives left. Tries a little pocket pass over to Parker. Morrow has it stolen away by Cedric Williams. Cedric Williams going the other way. Tries to dish it off to Boudreaux. He gets it over to Avalon, and Avalon goes up with it, and one, count the foul. Cedric Williams with the steal to get some fast break pressure on the T-Birds. Gave it up to Boudreaux. Got it to Avalon. He'll shoot one. Misses that one. Rebounded by Smith. Smith tries to pass it up. That's stolen by Williams once again. Williams driving left. Goes under the hoop, kicks it out. McCarty for three. Misses that one off the backboard. Bryce Johnson with the rebound for the T-Birds. Johnson trying to go all the way. Dishes it off to Pierce. Pierce Parker just off of his hands. Tips out of bounds. Monarchs will get the ball right back. 2-0 just a minute into this one. Boudreaux to inbound. Full court, man-to-man from the T-Birds. Williams brings it up along the left side. Dribbles back. Still on the left wing right now, guarded by Smith. Gets it up to Boudreaux at the top of the key. He hands it off to Avalon. Avalon driving right, tipped around. Smith got a hand on it. Ball on the ground. Avalon comes up with it, gives it to Boudreaux. Boudreaux, step back three, misses that one way long off the backboard, rebounded by the T-Birds. Keaton Melcher has it now on the wing. Gives it up to Smith at the top. Smith driving, going right, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson drives left middle, goes up with it. No foul called. Rebounded by Vignes. Vignes, number 55, brings it across half court, hands it off to McCarty. McCarty loses it. Morrow bringing the ball up. He's going left. He's going all the way. Goes up with the right. Missed that one. Rebounded by Smith, then tipped out of bounds off the Monarchs. T-Birds will retain the ball. A little bit of sloppy basketball by the T-Birds so far. Few turnovers to start the game. Still only down 2. 2 minutes into this one. T-Birds inbounded from the baseline. Into Morrow. Keaton Melcher with it. He'll dish it off to a cut-in Smith. Smith goes up with it. Misses that one off the backboard. Rebounded by Avalon. Avalon pushing the pace a little bit. He'll kick it out to Williams. Williams, corner three. And that one goes. Cedric Williams, first three-pointer of the game. T-Birds back on the offensive end. Braden Morrow has it. Pick and roll, gives it up to Parker. Parker tried to do a little touch pass over to Amari Smith, unable to get that one through. Tipped out of bounds. T-Birds with the ball still. 5-0. Just a little over 2 minutes into this one. Monarchs lead. Elliot Meister checks in for the Monarchs for Vignes. T-Birds inbounding it. Nowhere to go. Bryce Johnson just tosses it in, gets to Amari Smith, who hands it off to Braden Morrow. Morrow in the paint now, step back from the elbow, thought about it, over to Melcher, quick release three, and that one falls. Quick release three by Keaton Melcher to get the T-Birds on the board. Avalon bringing it along the left side for the Monarchs. He tries to get it over to Williams. That one's stolen by Bryce Johnson. He'll go the other way for two, tie this one up at 5. T-Birds starting to put some pressure on Papio. Williams will bring the ball up, jog it up the left side. Has it on the left wing. Pull up three for Williams. Just misses that one long. Rebounded by Johnson of the T-Birds. He's pushing the pace, gives it up to Melcher. He goes up with a quick transition three, misses that one just short. Amari Smith got the rebound. Prior to the rebound, foul on the Monarchs. Bryce Johnson was going back up for the tip-in. They called a foul on the tip-in. He'll shoot two. Bryce Johnson at the line now, shooting two for the Thunderbirds. That one rattles out. 4:56 left to play in this first quarter of action. 5-5, all square. Kari Smith, as well as Carson Schultz, check in for Bellevue West. Bryce Johnson shooting a second. Puts that one home to give the Thunderbirds their first lead of the game. Bryce Vignes checks back in for the Monarchs. He'll come in for Boardrow. Papillion to inbound. Full court, man-to-man from Bellevue West still. Avalon with it. He'll jog it up the floor, guarded by Williams. Williams got a hand on it. Ball rolled out of bounds, tried to save it. Monarchs still with the ball. Avalon inbounded to him. He'll bring the ball up the floor, guarded by Kari Smith. McCarty has it on the right wing. He'll get it up to Williams. Over to Vignes. Swing pass over to Avalon on the other wing. He drives, and he'll go with it, and that one falls off the glass. Avalon with 4 early points here for the Monarchs. Coyer has it now. Higgies it up to Morrow. That one is stolen away. Williams got into the passing line. He has been all over the place for the Monarchs so far. That's his 3rd steal, and he gets fouled trying to go the other way. Monarchs with the ball. 7-6. Papillion leads. Williams with it on the right wing. He'll toss it up to Vignes. He'll swing it over to Avalon on the left wing. Vignes goes into the paint, posts up a little bit. He kicks it out to Williams. Williams for 3, misses that one left. Rebounded by Parker of the Thunderbirds. He kicks it up to Morrow. Morrow gives it up to Kari Smith. Kari Smith dishes it over to Coyer. Coyer goes up with it. That one is swatted out of bounds by Meister. Paint points tough to come by for the Thunderbirds so far in this one. Just down by 1 halfway through this first quarter. Bryce Johnson to inbound on the baseline. He gives it up to Schultz. Schultz shoots the 3, and that one goes. Thunderbirds back on top 9-7 with 3:50 to go in this first quarter. Avalon has it now on the left side, picks up his dribble on the wing, gets it in to Vignes. Vignes goes up with the left off the glass, and that one falls to tie this one back up at 9. Bryce Johnson brings it up, hands it off to Smith. Bryce Johnson gets a screen left from Schultz, has it right at the elbow, tries a little pocket pass. That one's kicked away by Vignes. Ball will stay with the Thunderbirds. Brady Hylock checks in for Avalon for the Monarchs. Baseline out of bounds, inbounded by Johnson. 3-pointer for Melcher, and another one goes down. Melcher caught the inbound on the wing Pump fake, one dribble, went up with that one, and down goes the 3 ball. Cedric Williams bringing the ball up for the Monarchs, down 3. He has the ball on the left wing. He's got it in the middle, kicks it over to Boudreaux. Boudreaux gets the ball inside to Vignes. Vignes pump fakes. He goes up with it, misses that one off the glass, almost gets the offensive rebound, comes back to Johnson, though. Johnson pushing the floor. He goes up with it, and one, count the bucket. Bryce Johnson Jr. goes coast to coast with it, puts that one in. Jelly layup off the glass, count the bucket. He'll shoot 1. Few subs coming in for the Monarchs. Bryce Johnson shooting 1 now, leading scorer for the Thunderbirds coming into this one, averaging 15 points a game. Puts that one up, misses that one, rebounded by McCarty of the Monarchs. He dribbles the ball up, guarded by Morrow. Kicks it up to Boudreaux. Boudreaux driving baseline. Kicks it to the corner, over to Avalon. Vignes has it at the top. He's dribbling it in. At the elbow, jump stop, pump fake, goes up with it, and 1. Bryce Vignes, just a big body. No one on the T-Birds on the floor right now, able to slow him down or stop him. He goes right to the rim. Pump fake goes up with it. Count the bucket. Bryce Vignes shooting 1. 14-11. 2:40 left to go in this first quarter. Thunderbirds lead. Vignes with the free throw. Misses that one off the backboard. Offensive rebound by Avalon. 3-pointer Boudreaux, and that one falls. Sam Boudreaux with the 3-pointer, and the T-Birds go quick the other way. Layup missed, though, by Carson Schultz. Boudreaux with the rebound. He's dribbling up the floor. Gets a screen set for him by Vignes. Vignes posting up Morrow, asking for the ball. Swing pass over to Avalon in the corner. He travels. T-Birds will take the ball back. Bryce Vignes comes in at 6'4", and just an absolute animal, heavily recruited for football out of Papillion La-Vista. He was switched on to Morrow right there. Monarchs unable to get him the ball, ends up with an Avalon travel. 1-2-2 press from the Monarchs, broken easily by the Thunderbirds. They try to get a layup attempt out of Corey Smith. He misses that one, though. Ball tipped around a little bit. Come up by the Monarchs, over to McCarty. He shoots the corner 3, and that one goes to give the Monarchs their lead once again, 17-14, 1:52 left to play in the first. Corey Smith has it now at the top of the key. He hands it off to Bryce Johnson. He's guarded by Boudreaux. He drives left. Jump stop, pump fake. Trying to get up. Goes up with it. Misses that one. Goes up for the offensive rebound. Gets the offensive rebound, and he is fouled. Bryce Johnson might be able to jump higher than anyone in this gym right now. He goes high for that one. Gets the offensive board. Gets fouled. T-Birds will have it out on their own baseline. 17-14, Monarchs lead, 1:35 left to go. Inbounded to Corey Smith. He'll hand it off to Melcher. Melcher thought about taking a 3. Corey Smith goes up with it. Possibly a travel. He airballs the little floater. Bryce Johnson gets the rebound, though. Back out to Corey Smith. Bryce Johnson thought about taking the 3. Asks for a spring from Amari Smith. He drives left, spins back right, goes up with it, and he's fouled. Going up. Looked like he was going up with it. Ref said he was fouled prior, so they'll have it out on their baseline. Johnson thought he was going up with it and he was going to shoot 2. Refs called the foul a little bit early. Bryce Johnson, he'll get subbed out for the first time today for the Thunderbirds. Braden Morrow will check back in and inbound it. He throws it up ahead to Carson Schultz. He has it at the logo. Dribbles right. Hits Amari Smith in the corner. Melton now. It's a set for him. Morrow calling for so. He wants to sell. Pull deep three. Missed that one long. Rebound. Parker. And that one's down. We are all squared once again at 17 with 45 left to play in the first quarter of action. Preston Avalon with the ball now for the Monarchs. He has it at the top of the key. Kicks it over to Boudreau. Contested three for Boudreau. And that one goes. In the face of Amari Smith, no problem for Sam Boudreau of the Monarchs. They take the lead once again, 20-17. 20 left on the play clock. T-Birds can hold it for the rest of the quarter. Pierce Parker, guarded by Cedric Williams, wants the ball inside. Big height difference. Amari Smith now with it on the elbow. He hands it over to Melcher. 8 seconds on the clock. Carson Schultz has it. Brady Morrow drives baseline, goes up with it. Euro step, puts that one in. And that will take us to the end of this first quarter of action. After one quarter of play, it is the number 7 seeded Papillion La-Vista Monarchs leading the number 2 seeded Bellevue West Thunderbirds 19-20. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds. We'll be right back here for the second quarter of action here on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rental aerators and power rakes for spring yard work, the stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to PBA, where it is the third Class A state first-round game of the day between the number 7 ranked Papillion La-Vista Monarchs and the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds. After one, it's the Monarchs leading by one. 22-19, they inbounded to Cedric Williams. Williams brings the ball to the floor for the Monarchs. Tosses it back over to Avalon. Avalon gives it to McCarty on the right wing. Few screens being set. Avalon comes up with it once again. He has it on the left side, gets it inside to Vignes. Vignes, turnaround, goes up with it. Another foul, goes up with it. Count the bucket. That is the second and one for Bryce Vignes in this one. He'll shoot a free throw. So far in this one, doesn't look like anyone on the T-Birds really can match the size of Bryce Vignes. He shoots the free throw. That one falls. That gives the Monarchs a 4-point lead. Thunderbirds with it again. Bryce Johnson has it. He gets it in to Parker. Kicks it out to Morrow. Morrow for three. Does not go. Moving screen called Pryor against the T-Birds. Monarchs will get the ball right back. Ball will be inbounded by the Monarchs. Sam Boydre will bring it up. He's guarded by Parker of the T-Birds. Dribbles it up to the right side. Gets it back to Cedric Williams. Screen for Boydre. Deep college length three. Misses that one just short. Morrow with the rebound for the T-Birds. Pushing it the other way. Gives it up to Johnson. Johnson driving left into the paint. Kicks it out to Morrow. Morrow three. And that one goes. Second points of the day for Braden Morrow. He has 5. Cuts the deficit for the T-Birds down to 1. Vignes with it at the top, hands it off to Boudreau. Boudreau tried to hit a jump stop on the elbow, driving right, traveled right there. T-Birds will get the ball back. Jacob Coyer checks in for Bryce Johnson. Give him a little bit of a breather for the T-Birds. Braden Morrow brings the ball up for Bellevue West. He gets the ball over to Pierce Parker on the wing. Handed over to Melcher. Melcher for 3. Misses that one short. Coyer goes up for the offensive rebound. Come down by Meister of Papillion. He hands it off to Avalon, who's going quick the other way. Avalon kicks it to Cedric Williams at the top of the key, shoots that one, misses it, rebounded by Bellevue West. Foul goes against the Monarchs. That's DeMarcus McCarty. Just his first foul. Been a clean game so far for both teams. T-Birds with the ball. Morrow walks the ball up the court. Shouting out a play to the team. Foul called off ball. Another moving screen called on the Thunderbirds. Away from the ball, interestingly enough. Monarchs will get the ball right back. Avalon will bring it up. Avalon dribbles over to the left side, has it on the left wing. He hands it off to Hylock. Hylock back to Williams. Swinging it all the way across to Avalon. Avalon jump stop in the paint. Fadeaway jumper. Goes up with it and misses that one. Tipped out by Meister, but retained by the Thunderbirds. Morrow going the other way. Morrow gets it up to Schultz. Thought about taking the three. Schultz finds a cutting Parker wide open in the lane. He goes up with it. He's fouled. He'll shoot two. Really good ball movement out of the Thunderbirds. Started off early with 3 early turnovers in that first quarter. They're doing a better job of taking care of the ball and finding the open man. Pierce Parker will shoot two. Knocks down the first. That'll tie things up at 23. 5:47 left to go in the second quarter of action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Pierce Parker shooting his second and puts that one in to give the Thunderbirds the 1-point lead once again, 24-23, 5:47 to play here before the half. Hylock inbounds it to Boardrow. A little bit of a 1-2-2 pressure, light 1-2-2 pressure out of the Thunderbirds. Monarchs get it across easily. Boardrow with it at the top of the key. He tosses it over to McCarty. McCarty gives it over to Meister. Boardrow has it. He's driving left. Goes up with it. Goes up with the right. Misses that one. Offensive rebound by Meister. Put back to give the Monarchs the 1-point lead once again. Carson Schultz has it now. Gives it up to Coyer in the short corner. Back up to Melcher. Melcher hands it over to Morrow. Morrow thought about a step-back three. Doesn't take it, though. Gets it over to Melcher. Melcher has it dribbling right. Getting trapped in the corner. Stolen away. No one able to come up with it. And the Monarchs will get the ball tipped out last by the Thunderbirds. Bryce Johnson, leading scorer for the Thunderbirds, back into the game now. 5 left to go in this one. Monarchs lead by 1. Avalon has it, brings it up to the left side. He's guarded by Melcher. They give it up to Havelock in the corner, back over to Avalon. Vignes with it at the top of the key. He swings it over to Boardrow. Vignes has it in the post now, getting trapped, gives it over to Meister. Swing across to Avalon. Avalon drives left, goes up with it, and that one falls easily for Avalon. T-Birds trying to push the pace a little bit. Bryce Johnson has it now on the wing. Gets a screen set for him for Schultz. Pocket pass over to Amari Smith, blocked by Meister. Monarchs with the ball now. Sam Boardrow pushing ahead. He hesitates, and he's fouled. Driving left by Melcher of the Thunderbirds. Monarchs will have it out at their own baseline. (27-24). Monarchs lead. 4:12 left to play in this first half. Ball inbounded to McCarty. He gets it back to Boardrow in the corner. Just misses that one off the back iron. Vignes goes up for it. Offensive rebound goes up with a jump ball called. Coyer got his hands on there, and the T-Birds will have possession. Amari Smith inbounds the ball to Morrow. Morrow bringing the ball up the left side for the Thunderbirds. Gets a screen back right by Coyer. Pocket pass to Coyer. Stolen by Avalon. Avalon pushing the ball up a little bit. Almost traveled. He gets it up to Vignes. Vignes has it on the left wing. He's looking to drive. Picks up his dribble, trying to find someone to get it out to. Gets it over to Avalon. Screen set. Avalon driving baseline. Kicks it over to the corner. McCarty for three. That one doesn't go, but he's fouled on the three-point shot. He'll shoot three at the free throw line. McCarty with just 3 points in this one so far. Third leading scorer on the season for the Monarchs. That first one falls. He shoots his second. Puts that one down. Rattles around and falls. Monarchs now up by 5. McCarty shooting his third. 3 of 3 free throws. And that one goes as well. 3 for 3 from DeMarcus McCarty. That gives him 6 on the game. Thunderbirds with the ball back now, down by 6. Johnson with it on the right wing. Looking inside, gets to the top. Kari Smith with the 3 and misses that one. Nowhere near the rim. Rebounded by the Monarchs. McCarty pushing the ball ahead. He hits it up to Vignes. Vignes to Bordrow. Bordrow, quick rip through, goes up for the layup, and that one goes in. Baseline drive by Sam Bordrow. Gives the Monarchs an 8-point lead. Bryce Johnson trying to go quick the other way. He's fouled by Cedric Williams. Few subs coming in for both teams. Keaton Melcher checks in for the Thunderbirds, as well as Elliot Meister for the Monarchs. Bryce Johnson, side out inbound. Gets it into Coyer. Back over to Johnson. Johnson dribbling across the floor. Gives it up to Morrow. Morrow dribbles back to the top of the key. He gives it up to Melcher. 2-3 zone out of the Monarchs now. Pierce Parker has it. Getting into the top to Bryce Johnson, and he goes up with a little right hook shot. And that one falls. A little bit of a scoring drought for the Thunderbirds. They finally get back on the board. Another foul is called on Bryce Johnson Jr. That's going to be his third foul. Leading scorer on the season for the Thunderbirds. His third foul of the game. Off-ball foul. Bryce Johnson trying to plead to the ref that he was just standing there and the Monarchs ran into him. This was prior to the ball even being inbounded. McCarty will shoot free throws. He'll shoot 2. McCarty misses that first one. Head coach Steve Klein still pleading to the refs about that foul call on Bryce Johnson. He'll most likely sit for the rest of this first half. Ball rebounded by the Thunderbirds. Both free throws missed by McCarty, who just made 3 in a row. Thunderbirds trailing by 6, 2.5 minutes to play in this first half. Carson Schultz with it. He kicks it out to Melcher. Morrow has it on the left wing. Screen set by Coyer. Schultz has it. Gets it over to Moyer. Morrow drives with it. Goes up with the right hand on the left side, and that one goes down. 32-28, 2:10 left to play in this one. Avalon has the ball for the Monarchs. Has it on the left wing. Getting a screen set by Meister. Between the legs, crossover, goes up with the right, and that one goes down for Avalon. Preston Avalon getting in a little bit of a rhythm for the Monarchs. Brings that lead back up to 6 for Papillion. Morrow has it now. Coyer tried to do a little pocket pass through some defenders over to Pierce Parker, unable to get it through. Stolen by Avalon, and he comes through the other way. Gives it up to McCarty, right back to Avalon. Avalon dribbles it all the way over to the right wing. Gives it up to McCarty. McCarty over to Bordrow. He gets it in to Meister on the inside. Carson Schultz got his hands inside on the ball with Meister. Jump ball called. Ball will stay with the Monarchs. They'll have it out on their baseline. Avalon inbound, 1:15 left to go. Avalon gets it over to the opposite corner. Pull up J for Sam Boudreau, and that one goes. Sam Boudreau also starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm for the Monarchs. Monarchs back now in that 2-3 zone. Morrow with it on the right wing. He drives into the paint, kicks it to Schultz for a corner three. Misses that one, but he's fouled. Going up with it, he'll shoot 3 free throws. Foul is on Bryce Vignes of the Monarchs, his second. Carson Schultz with 6 right now, off of 2 made 3-pointers. He'll shoot 3. Knocks down the first. Just under a minute left to play in this first half here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, where the number 7 ranked Papillion La-Vista Monarchs lead 36-29 against Bellevue West. Schultz' second free throw is also good. 36-30. Few subs coming in. Boudreau checks back into the game, as well as Cedric Williams. Schultz, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. That gets him up to 9 points on the game. 50 seconds left to go in this first half of action. 36-31. Monarchs lead. Avalon going all the way with it. He'll go up with the right all the way coast to coast for Preston Avalon to put the lead back up to 7 for the Monarchs. Braden Morrow has it now. Gets it over to Melcher. Melcher, ball almost stolen away from him. He gets it over to Smith. Morrow with the open 3. Misses that one off the back rim. Rebounded by Avalon. 20 seconds left to go in this first half of action. Papio can hold for the last shot. He's guarded by Amari Smith. Almost a 5-second call against Avalon. 8 seconds left to go. Boudreau with it. Pulls up with it. Pump fake. Step through. Misses that one. Rebounded by the Thunderbirds. They launch that one deep, and it is no good. That'll take us to the half of action here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're at the end of the first half. It is the number 7 ranked Papillion La-Vista Monarchs leading the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds 38-31. We're going to step aside for a quick few minutes. We'll be back to recap this first half of action right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions, with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO, with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information. State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side, by your side.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're at the half of this Class A Boys State Tournament first round matchup. It's the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs leading the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds 38-31. Monarchs came into this one losing earlier in the season to Bellevue West, but coming in with a little bit of revenge and some key stats and key players in this first half. First off, for Papillion La-Vista with the lead, it's been Sam Bordreau and Preston Avalon doing it in all facets of the game. Sam Bordreau started out the game 2 for 4 from the three-point line and then found his way into the lane and made some things happen. Also got in there and kicked it out for a few assists. And then Preston Avalon has been doing everything for this Monarchs team. Not a guy that you really expect to take over in a game like he has so far right now, just averaging 8.5 points on the season for the Monarchs. But so far in this first half, he's got 10 points, he's got 3 total rebounds, and he's got 5 assists, finding a way to dish it to his teammates to make things happen as well. And then for the Thunderbirds, on the other hand, the big story of this first half is leading scorer on the season, Bryce Johnson Jr. He heads to the bench with about 4 minutes left in that first half with 3 fouls. A foul that was called off the ball. Refs must have seen something. Steve Klein, coach of the Thunderbirds, really did not like that one. Bryce Johnson kind of put into timeout on his own, and he did not play the rest of the first half. And that's where things kind of went out of hand for Bellevue West just a little bit. The Monarchs ended the first half 4 of 5 from the field to give them this 7-point lead. Scores for Bellevue West include number 2, Braden Morrow. He's got 7. Bryce Johnson, he's got 7. And then leading scorer off the bench, Carson Schultz. He has 9 points with 2 made three-pointers and then was fouled going up for a 3, made all 3 free throws. It's been a team effort for both teams in this one. Bellevue West going to have to find a way to play clean basketball, get Bryce Johnson out of foul trouble, and make sure that he can play as much as he possibly can in this second half because he is the leading scorer and best player for this Thunderbirds team. When it comes to rebounding, Bellevue West is leading 18-12 in that category, but Bellevue West 9 turnovers in this one. Many of them came in the first quarter of play, and when Bryce Johnson was subbed out of the game, the guy who typically has the ball in his hands for this Thunderbirds offense. We'll likely see him back out here again for the start of the third quarter and just needs to make sure he plays cleanly so he can get as many minutes as possible and lead a comeback for this Bellevue West team. I'm Tristan Gomez at the half. It is the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs leading the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds 38-31. We'll be back right here in just a few minutes on 93.7 to take it with the second half of action.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena, where tonight it is the first round of the Class A Boys State Tournament. We have the number 7 ranked Papillion La-Vista Monarchs taking on the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds. Bellevue West to start with the ball in this second half of action. Bryce Johnson back in the game now with 3 fouls. He hands it over to Braden Morrow. Morrow dribbles left, hands it over to Melcher, back to Morrow. Over to Bryce Johnson. He drives right. He goes up with it. Syke does not go up with it. Gives it over to Pierce Parker, who misses the layup. Ball on the floor, going all over the place. Finally, a jump ball is called. Tie up between Boudreaux and Morrow. Monarchs will have possession. Good looking layup opportunity for Pierce Parker of the Thunderbirds. Unable to put it home off the dish by Bryce Johnson. Monarchs with the ball now, leading by 7. Cedric Williams has it. He gets it in to Vignes. Vignes posting up a much skinnier Boudreaux and Melcher going against Vignes. He gets the charge call. Thunderbirds get the ball right back. You can tell that Melcher is a little shaken up on the play after having a 6'4" body like Bryce Vignes going into your chest. That can't feel good. But does it for the team, and the Thunderbirds have the ball right back. Bryce Johnson bringing the ball up the floor. He tosses it over to Amari Smith, gets it over to Melcher. Thought about taking the 3. He dribbles back to the top. Pierce Parker with it inside, in the paint. Posting up, kicks it out to Morrow. Morrow drives left, goes up with it with the right, and he makes it. First points of the second half of action belong to Braden Morrow to cut that lead of the Monarchs just down to 5. Avalon with it now for the Monarchs. He kicks it to the wing, to Boudreaux. Tosses it in to Meister. Meister pumps right, goes back left, goes up with it, misses it off the glass, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. As Elliot Meister gets settled at the free throw line. And shout out to our sponsor, Nebraska Hematology Oncology. At NHO, we are advancing cancer care and enhancing the lives of those battling cancer by offering clinical trials to patients right here in Nebraska. Learn more at yourcancercare.com. Elliot Meister shoots the first free throw, misses that one. He'll shoot his second now, puts that one home. 6-point lead for the Monarchs. Bryce Johnson brings the ball up. Flare screen set by Morrow. They get it over to him. He catches it, drives middle. Foul called on Cedric Williams. Cedric Williams doesn't like that one. Third personal foul on him. Few guys in this game in foul trouble, including Bryce Johnson for the Thunderbirds, as well as Cedric Williams and Bryce Vignes of the Monarchs. Melcher for 3. He goes up with it. He's fouled, going up. He'll shoot 2. Boudreaux just didn't give him enough room to land that one. That'll give Melcher the opportunity to shoot 3 free throws and make this just a 1-score deficit for the Thunderbirds. Melcher puts down the first one. 39-34, Monarchs lead, 6:27 left to play. Melcher hits the second. Thunderbirds still chipping away into this deficit early on here in the third quarter. Melcher with his third, and that one falls as well. 39-36, Monarchs with the ball. Little bit of pressure from the Thunderbirds, 1-2-2 press. Monarchs get through it easily. Avalon with it. He gets it to the elbow, kicks it out to Bordeaux for a deep three, and that one. Nothing but net for Sam Bordeaux. Bryce Johnson coming quick the other way. He goes up with it. He's fouled before the layup. That'll stay on the ground. Sam Bordeaux has NBA length range here at Pinnacle Bank Arena tonight. His third three ball of the game. Thunderbirds to inbound it. Get it into Pierce Parker. He hands it right back to Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson driving with it. He goes up with the right. Nothing goes. Rebounded by McCarty of the Monarchs. He gives it up to Avalon. He's pushing it. Sam Bordeaux calling for the ball. He wants another three. Misses that one long. Ball tipped around. Rebounded by Braden Morrow. He passes it ahead to Johnson. Johnson goes up with it. Bobbled it a little bit off Bordeaux. Got his own rebound. Goes up with it. He gets two there. Cuts the deficit 2-4 for the Thunderbirds. Cedric Williams has it now. Tosses it over to Avalon along the left wing. He drives left. Pump fake goes up with it. No foul called on the play. Offensive rebound by McCarty. He gets to Williams. Williams for three. Long there. Rebounded by Melcher. Melcher pushing the floor a little bit. He kicks it out to Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson for three. Bang! Bryce Johnson starting to heat up here in this third quarter of action for Bellevue West. That cuts the Monarch lead down to one. And some pressure from the Thunderbirds. That results in a timeout by head coach Will Pope of the Monarchs. Just a 30-second timeout will stick here. Shout out to a few sponsors that make it possible. General Excavating. General Excavating is hiring for 50 individual positions across all departments and all locations of Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Cheyenne, Wyoming. Start your new career today at generalexcavating.com, as well as Union Bank. Get a great rate on a 6, 12, or 24-month CD at Union Bank. Learn more at ubt.com. Monarchs have an opportunity to talk it over a little bit, slow things down. Still leading by one. They'll have the ball. Inbounding right next to their bench. Preston Avalon inbounds it to Cedric Williams. Williams tosses it to the right wing over to Bordeaux. Bordeaux to Vignes at the top. Swings it over to McCarty. Back up to Avalon at the top of the key. Getting a screen set for him. Spins. Fadeaway jumper, misses that one. Offensive rebound by Vignes. He misses that one off the back iron. Rebounded again by Williams. He kicks it out to McCarty for three. And that one drains. Offensive rebounds for the Monarchs. Give them opportunity. Bryce Johnson goes the other way. Misses the layup. Gets his own offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Bordeaux. Morrow knocks down the three for the Thunderbirds. An answer right away for Braden Morrow. Cuts the deficit back down to one for Bellevue West. Sam Bordeaux has it now. Kicks it to the wing, to Vignes. He's guarded by Corr. Spins right. Goes up for the jumper. Misses it. Rebounded by Schultz, who just checked into the game for Bellevue West. Morrow goes up with the easy floater. Misses that one short. And it's rebounded by Williams, pushing the pace for the Monarchs. Ball tipped out of bounds by Bryce Johnson. Monarchs will keep it. Ball flew all the way into the stands. One little kid was hoping he got a souvenir. Unfortunately, had to give it back. Sam Bordeaux will inbound it for the Monarchs. Gets it into Preston Avalon. He dribbles it over to the left wing. Gets it over to Bordeaux. He has it right near the logo. Back to Avalon on the wing. He drives left. He goes strut with it. Coyer thought he went straight up, but he didn't. Avalon goes right through him, knocks down the bucket, and gets the foul. Preston Avalon with the and one. He'll shoot one free throw. Preston Avalon has come alive in this game tonight. He's got 12 already in this one, already breaking his season average of 8.5. Avalon shoots the free throw. Misses that one long. Rebounded by Amari Smith of the Thunderbirds. Foul is called. Already the 5th team foul of the quarter by the Monarchs. That'll put Amari Smith at the line shooting 2. Thunderbirds with some opportunity here for the rest of the third quarter to get downhill, put some pressure on this Monarchs defense already with 5 fouls and in the bonus. Smith shoots the first, knocks that one home. Few Thunderbirds checking in. Melcher will check back in, as well as Pierce Parker. Amari Smith shoots his second free throw and knocks that one down to cut the deficit back down to 1. 47-46. 3:30 left to play here in the third quarter of action at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Preston Avalon brings the ball up. He drives left with it, guarded by Morrow. Nowhere to go, picks up his dribble. And Avalon stepped out of bounds, tried to kick it over to McCarty, who did knock down the 3, but prior. Avalon steps out of bounds. T-Birds with the ball with a chance to take a lead for the first time here in this third quarter of action. Thunderbirds to inbound. Gives it in to Bryce Johnson. He's guarded by Avalon. Bryce Johnson gets a screen by Parker. He drives right. He's going all the way to the rim, and he goes up with it, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Bryce Johnson just gets a second burst. That is unbelievably quick. Goes up strong with it. He gets fouled. He'll shoot 2 at the line. Opportunity to give the Thunderbirds the lead. Ooh. Misses that first free throw. Way short. Now he's just looking for an opportunity to tie here. And he knocks that one home. We are all square. 47-47 here at PBA. 3:16 left to go in this third quarter of action. Full court man-to-man from the Thunderbirds. Cedric Williams has it. He's guarded by Amari Smith. He sprints up the floor. He's slowed down, though. Has it on the right wing. Looking to drive right. Brings it back left. Still guarded by Smith. Spins back around. Goes up with the left. Misses that one off the glass. Rebounded by Parker. He launches it way ahead to Johnson. Johnson goes up with the left, and that one falls. That gives the Thunderbirds their first lead since this first half of action. 49-47, 2:45 left to play here in the third quarter. Ball stolen away by Parker. He launches it way ahead to Amari Smith. Amari Smith goes up with it and knocks that one in. Bellevue West starting to get a little bit of life here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Timeout, Papillion La-Vista. That'll be a full timeout by Papillion La-Vista. 51-47. Bellevue West has taken the lead here in the third quarter. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. Be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the Vault, where with 2:30 left to play in the third quarter, it is Bellevue West 51, Papillion La-Vista 47. Papillion La-Vista with the ball right now. Avalon has it at the top of the key. He is guarded by Melcher. Thought about taking the three. He gets it in to Vignes. He kicks it out to Avalon. Avalon for three. Misses everything there. Ball tipped around. Last touched by the Monarchs. T-Birds will get the ball right back. A little bit of a forced shot there by Preston Avalon, who has been impressive all game so far. Bryce Johnson brings the ball up the floor, working to extend this Bellevue West lead. He gives it over to Morrow on the left wing. Morrow spins back right. Euro goes under the rim. Nifty move there by Braden Morrow to knock in that layup. That gives Bellevue West a 6-point lead with 1:45 left to go in the third. Cedric Williams has it for the Monarchs. Kicks it over to McCarty, who brings it to the top of the key. He goes up with the right. Soft lay right there by DeMarcus McCarty to put that one in. It was a 9-0 run for the Thunderbirds prior to that McCarty bucket. Bryce Johnson goes up for the layup. He is fouled hard by Bryce Vignes. He'll shoot two. Bryce Johnson Jr. starting to get a little fire. He's got 15, tying his season average. He's at the free throw line. He'll shoot two. Misses the first one. Maury Smith checks back in for the Thunderbirds, as well as Pierce Parker. Bryce Johnson now shooting his second free throw. Knocks that one down to extend the Bellevue West lead to 5. 54-49. 1:20 left to play in the third. Cedric Williams has it. Dribbling at the logo now, guarded by Smith. Tosses it over to Meister. Hands it off to Boardrow. Boardrow with a slow third quarter so far. He kicks it out to McCarty. McCarty, three ball from the top of the wing. Rims and out, rebounded by Morrow of the Thunderbirds. Looking to push the pace just a little bit. He's looking to go coast to coast. And he does. Braden Morrow, no one stopping him. He gets all the way to the rim to knock that one in. Avalon with the ball now for the Monarchs. Tosses it inside to Meister. Meister squeezes past the defense. Easy layup for him. 5-point lead for the T-Birds. 30 left to play in this third quarter. 25 on the shot clock. Bryce Johnson with it now. Spins back right. Guarded by three Monarchs, and he goes up and he still puts it in. Bryce Johnson is going absolutely nuclear in this third quarter of play. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Monarchs with the ball. Williams has it on the wing. Pull up three for Williams, and that one goes. Melcher launches it full court. At the end of the third quarter, that one doesn't fall. That three ball by Cedric Williams by Papillion La-Vista South ends the third quarter, ends the drought for the Monarchs. At the end of three, it is Bellevue West 58, Papillion La-Vista 54. We'll step aside and be right back here for the fourth quarter of action here on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the Vault for the fourth quarter of action here between Bellevue West and Papillion La-Vista. T-Birds lead by 4 heading into this fourth quarter. Bryce Johnson with the ball. He kicks it over to Morrow. Morrow drives with it. Floater puts that one home. That extends the lead early here in the fourth quarter, 2-6 for the T-Birds. Avalon with it now for the Monarchs. He goes up with the left hand all the way. He brings the ball up the floor, and he goes right to the rim and puts it home for the Monarchs. Bryce Johnson pushing the floor for Bellevue West now. He hands it over to Melcher. Melcher with 2 early threes in this one. No attempts here in the in the fourth quarter. Bryce Johnson with it now. Driving left, step back 3. Bryce Johnson misses that one long. Amari Smith goes up with the left-handed tip-in, unable to put that one home, but he's fouled by Cedric Williams, excuse me. Refs currently saying the foul was called on the floor. Interesting call there. Amari Smith, the entire time that ball was coming down, jumped up to try to tip it back in. Foul called on the floor. T-Birds inbound it. Morrow with it now. He drives right. He's fouled. Blocking foul called on number 34, Owen Cook of the Monarchs. Second team foul early here in the fourth quarter against the Monarchs. Bellevue West to inbound on their own baseline with a 4-point lead. Bryce Johnson inbounds. Finds Amari Smith. Easy cut, and he misses that layup. And it's rebounded by the Monarchs. Avalon bringing the ball up the floor. He goes all the way and lays that one in. Preston Avalon with his 16th point of the game. T-Birds bring the ball back up the floor, leading by 2. Melcher with it. Gets it over to Pierce Parker. Melcher looking to go one-on-one against Cook. Floater, step through, airballs that one. Ball goes out of bounds. Amari Smith tried to tap it back off McCarty of the Monarchs. Ball did go off McCarty, but they say Smith stepped out of bounds prior to the save. Melcher maybe just a little bit too greedy there going with the ISO. Monarchs with the ball back down by 2, looking to either tie or take the lead with a 3. Marcus McCarty has it now on the left wing. He drives against Johnson. And Johnson draws the charge. McCarty went right into Johnson's chest. Johnson, risky move there, playing with 3 fouls right now. He draws the charge call. That gives the T-Birds the ball right back, leading by 2. Bryce Johnson brings the ball up the floor, tosses it over to Morrow on the left wing, hands it over to Smith, hands it to Melcher, hands it back to Johnson. Johnson has the top, screens getting set for him. He's posting up Bordero. Ball tipped away from McCarty. McCarty with the steal off Johnson. Johnson unable to see him come from behind. Bordero with it now. He hands it off to Avalon. Avalon has it on the left wing. He is guarded by Pierce Parker. Dribbles the ball back out. Monarchs getting set in their offense. Avalon going one-on-one. Goes up with it. Ball blocked. Morrow comes up with it. He's going all the way. And he is stuffed by DeMarcus McCarty of the Monarchs. Ball will stay with the Thunderbirds. 2 big-time blocks on both ends of the floor. First Pierce Parker, and then DeMarcus McCarty. T-Birds retain possession, leading by 2. Timeout on the floor by Bellevue West. This will be a full timeout. We'll step aside here with 5:25 left to play here in the fourth quarter of action. Bellevue West leads 60-58. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information. State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the ball. We got 5:25 left to play in this fourth quarter of action. Ball inbounded by the Thunderbirds. Blocked. Carson Schultz went up with it. He's blocked. Rebounded by Bryce Johnson. He goes up against three defenders, and he lays that one in. Elevates above three Monarch defenders to give the T-Birds a 4-point lead once again. McCarty with the ball on the right wing. He passes it inside, tries to get inside to Meister. Unable to, tipped away by Amari Smith. He tosses it over to Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson kicks the ball over to Braden Morrow. Swings it to Schultz. Gets a screen set for him. Over to Melcher. Melcher kicks back to Morrow on the right wing. Morrow trying to go all the way. He gets fouled. On the floor. A little bit of a touch foul right there. McCarty's hand snuck in there. Got the arm of Morrow. T-Birds lead by 4. They'll inbound it. Bryce Johnson inbound. Kicked out to Schultz. Schultz for 3. Misses that one short. Gets his own rebound, though. He kicks it out to Melcher. Gives it over to Bryce Johnson on the ring. Hands it over to Schultz. Back to Johnson. Schultz setting a screen for Johnson. He's looking to go to the hole. He kicks it out to Melcher. Melcher driving all the way. Goes up with the left, and he lays that one home. A little bit of English on that one for Keaton Melcher. That gives the Thunderbirds a 6-point lead once again here with 4:08 left to go here in the fourth quarter of action. Cedric Williams has the ball now at the top of the key, guarded by Schultz. He's driving left. Tries to go all the way. Foul called on the floor against Carson Schultz. Referees seem to be letting them be a little physical earlier in this one. Starting to see a few more fouls being called. Monarchs with the ball now, trying to cut into this 6-point deficit. Williams to inbound. Tosses it in. Tries to go over the head of Parker Pierce to McCarty. That one's tipped out of bounds by Pierce. Monarchs retain possession. Sam Bordereau with the ball. Quiet second half of action for Sam Bordereau. McCarty has the ball on the left wing. He's driving middle. He goes up with it and knocks that one home over Pierce Parker. Monarchs were on a 3-minute scoring drought until that bucket by McCarty. Just down by 4 with 3:30 left to go. Bryce Johnson has it on the left wing. He gets it over to Morrow. Top of the key. Morrow for 3. Bang! Braden Morrow. When the T-Birds have needed a big bucket, he has done it. That puts the T-Birds lead back up to 7. Preston Avalon with the ball now. He gives it up to Williams at the top of the key. Williams guarded by Melcher, driving right. He's fouled. Prior to going up with it, Monarchs will inbound the ball on their own baseline. Few subs coming in for both teams. Preston Avalon, leading scorer with 16 for the Monarchs. He'll check out of this one for just a quick breather. Ball inbounded to McCarty. He shoots a deep one, misses that one. Offensive rebound by Vignes of the Monarchs. He goes right back up with it and lays that one home. 67-62, just under 3 minutes left to play in this contest. Ball passed over to Bryce Johnson, tipped away and saved by McCarty. He gets it in to Williams. Williams with the ball now. They give the ball to Vignes. He's looking to go to the hole. And he goes up with it. He's fouled. He'll shoot two. Vignes, a big body, going through bodies of the T-Birds to get to the rim. He gets fouled. He'll shoot two. Not a guy that you really want to take a charge against, but when you're kind of undersized like this T-Birds team going against a big guy like Bryce Vignes, it's one of the only ways you can slow him down. He misses the first one long. Pierce Parker checks back into the game for the Thunderbirds. Vignes shooting his second. Misses that one. Rebounded by Parker. He tosses it up to Morrow. Morrow gives it up to Bryce Johnson. He'll bring the ball up the floor. Bryce Johnson now with it in the corner. Tosses it to Parker. To Johnson. Johnson has it. Pocket pass over to Smith. Smith goes up for the layup and lays that one home. Little pump fake to get Vignes to jump. Then he goes up, knocks that one in. Gives the T-Birds a 7-point lead once again. Johnson guarding Vignes. Vignes kicks it out. Williams thought about the three. Takes one dribble. He will take the three. Misses that one short. Ball tips around. Johnson comes up with it. He gives it up to Smith, and he'll lay that one in. Amari Smith with the layup. Bryce Johnson doing it on both ends of the floor. He's getting steals. He's getting assists, and he's obviously getting buckets. Full timeout here from Papillion La-Vista. They're down 9 with just under 2 left to play here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll step aside for 30 seconds, come back and talk this one out before the final 2 minutes of play right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena, where Will Pope and the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs talking it over, trying to get back into this one with just under 2 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Down by 9 against the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds. In the second half, it has been the Braden Morrow and the Bryce Johnson Jr. show. Morrow with 21, Johnson Jr. with 20. Trying to hold out on this lead in the final 2 minutes. 1:56 left to play. T-Birds 71, Monarchs 62. Williams brings the ball up the floor. They give it over to Williams. Williams misses that three. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson with the ball. He gives it over to Melcher, who gives it over to Morrow. Melcher has it now, guarded by Borro. He hands it over to Morrow. He dribbles out of it. He gets fouled by Bordrow. That'll be the 5th team foul on the Monarch. T-Birds will be in the bonus for the rest of this one. Morrow misses that first one short. He's got 21 in this one. Just 1 assist for the point guard, but 4 rebounds to go along with it. Shoots his second free throw, puts that one home to give the T-Birds a 10-point lead with 1:34 left to play. Monarchs got to get something going here. Bordrow with it. Ball tipped away, kicked over to Avalon. Avalon kicks it over to McCarty. McCarty for 3. Airballs that one, rebounded by Johnson. Johnson launches it way up the court to Parker. Parker, showtime with the slam. 12-point lead for the T-Birds with just 1 minute left to play. Sam Boardrow not done yet. He goes up for the layup. He gets fouled. He'll shoot 2. 7-0 run for the T-Birds in just the last minute of play. That's given them his 12-point lead. 5 of 5 from the field in the last minute. Boardrow to shoot 2. Knocks home that first one. Boardrow with 14 on the game. Boardrow a little bit of a slow second half here. Leading scorer on the season when averaging 16 for the Monarchs. Shoots his second, knocks that one home. Full court pressure from the Monarchs now. T-Birds break it easily. They give it up to Morrow. He hands it over to Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson gets right back to Morrow, and Morrow is fouled. Turning into desperation time for the Monarchs now. Morrow will shoot 2 in the bonus for the Thunderbirds here. An absolutely dominant fourth quarter from Bellevue West here to give them the 10-point lead currently with Morrow shooting 2. Knocks that one home off the back rim. 11-point lead, 56 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Morrow shoots his second, knocks that one in. 12-point lead once again for the Thunderbirds. McCarty brings the ball up. He gives it up to Boardrow. Boardrow spins with it, goes up with the right, misses that one, rebounded by Melcher. Melcher's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line now. Been a really big fourth quarter for Braden Morrow. He's got 24 right now for the Thunderbirds. He averages just 11.3 on the season. Keaton Melcher at the line now. Misses that first free throw. Melcher with 11 points, averages 11 on the season. Preston Avalon checks out for the Monarchs. An unbelievable performance for him. Melcher with a second, puts that one home. That gives him 12 on the game. McCarty brings the ball up the floor, crosses over, jump stops, goes up with it. He's fouled. He'll go to the line now. T-Birds still playing tough defense. About that time, though, where Papillion La-Vista starting to need to maybe make some desperation threes. One positive out of McCarty going downhill, getting to the line as this clock does stop with 38 seconds left to play. They're down by 13, 77-64. He puts that first one home. Cuts the deficit to 12. McCarty with a second. That one falls as well. Does not look like the Monarchs are going to foul the rest of this one. 3-second differential from shot clock to game clock. Thunderbirds have it now. Melcher with it, gets it over to Bryce Johnson on the wing. Just some pressure defense from the Monarchs. No foul. Finally, they do foul. I believe that's just to get some subs in for the Monarchs. Carson Schultz is fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. This one coming to a close. Just 18.8 left on the clock. Schultz shoots the first, puts that one in. Subs coming in for both teams. Line change for the Thunderbirds. It'll be Stewart. It'll be Slate. It'll be Barfield. Brown. As well as Coyer checking in for the Thunderbirds. Carson Schultz shooting one more. And he puts that one home, and he'll check out of this one. 11-point performance for Carson Schultz, coming off the bench for the Thunderbirds. Dante Starr brings the ball up for Papillion. He gives it over to Bonjak. 10.8 seconds left on the clock. Ball tips out of bounds. Monarchs still with possession. Charles Newman will inbound it. Monarchs just looking for one more desperation shot. Handed back over to Newman. Newman pull up. Floater falls for Newman. And the clock has expired in this first round matchup between number 2 Bellevue West and number 7 Papillion La-Vista. The number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds handle business with a convincing 79-68 win. We're going to step aside for just a few moments, and we'll be right back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena to recap this one right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
And electrical.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena, where we just finished up on an excellent first-round matchup between the number 2 ranked Bellevue West Thunderbirds and the number 7 ranked Papillion La-Vista Monarchs. At the end of it, it was the Thunderbirds who come out on top with a convincing 11-point win, 79-68, the final of this one. Bellevue West advances on to Friday night in the semifinal game. Few takeaways from this game. First, let's start out with Papillion La-Vista, who came out hot and led at halftime. They led at the half by 7, but quickly turned around in the second half. But they were led by a plethora of scorers. First off, DeMarcus McCarty, he had 15 in this one, knocked down a few three-pointers, as well as Sam Bordrow, leading scorer on the season for the Monarchs. He had 15 in this one, averaging 16 on the season. A little bit of a slow second half for Bordrow, who in the first half looked like he was going to take over, made 2 threes early in this one, looked like he was getting hot and getting into a little bit of a rhythm. But Bellevue West did an unbelievable job of slowing him down early in the second half, and he was unable to get anything going. Once again, he ends with 15. And then the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs were led by Preston Avalon, who only averages 8.5 on the season. He went nuclear in that first half, 11 at half, just 5 in the second. He ends with 16 on the game. The difference in this one was the rebounding. The Monarchs only 22 rebounds, while Bellevue West came out with 35, did not allow many second chance points, and did a really good job of getting rebounds and pushing it out in transition with the two guys I want to talk about for the Thunderbirds. Number 2, Braden Morrow, leading scorer in this game with 24 points. He averages just 11.3 on the season. He came out playing different today. He was doing it on all ends of the floor. He was getting downhill, hitting middies, as well as knocking down some 3-point balls. He had 3 threes in this one. And then Bryce Johnson. In the first half, the Thunderbirds were struggling a little bit. Bryce Johnson, leading scorer on the season, couldn't really get into a rhythm, had 3 fouls, checked out of that second quarter with about 4 minutes left to play, came back in the third quarter, no fouls the rest of the game, and he was just unbelievable. He got downhill, knocked down a few threes in this one. He ends with 20, and then Keaton Melcher found a way to get some points on the board. He was 2 for 5 from 3, and as well as 4 of 5 from the free throw line. That's the end of this one. Bellevue West advances after a convincing 79-68 victory over the number 7 ranked Papillion La-Vista Monarchs. Don't go anywhere. We're going to head back to the studio for just a few minutes, and then we'll be right back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We have Creighton Prep versus Papillion La-Vista South for the nightcap of this first round of Class A state basketball. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first